Saturday, March 1st. And I slept in a little bit this morning, and I just cannot get enough of the world's #1 news. How Donald Trump and DJ Vance really fucked up the meeting with Ukraine President Vladimir Zelenski. I had to keep rewinding it last night several times because I just couldn't believe my eyes. Just when you think the Trump administration cannot get any worse, you're wrong. It can get worse every time he shows his fat ass on TV. They're like the evil Batman and Robin. Thus the description I have for Donald Trump and DJ Vance. From here on out, I'm not even going to refer to him as President Trump or Vice President J.D. Vance. So anyways, they invited Zelensky to the U.S. White House because they had to talk about the peace talks with the war going on with Russia for the past 3 years. But if you really listen to it, it doesn't sound like Donald Trump is really looking for peace. And clearly, President Zelensky was being very diplomatic. He didn't once raise his voice at all. He simply posed a question: will he get security if he signs the agreement? Because just turning over the mineral rights to the U.S. doesn't mean security. And Donald Trump and DJ Vance could not answer that question. As a matter of fact, they turned the table on Zelensky, on President Zelensky. Before I continue with this topic, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers and to those people just visiting my channel for the first time. If you guys see something that resonates with you or hear something that resonates with you, then please consider unsubscribing. If you subscribe, hit that bell key twice, give me a thumbs up, make a comment, leave a comment, share, and we'll be right back with more.
I'm not suggesting anything so complicated.
So anyways, as this meeting was going on and on and on, it felt like hot lava in a volcano about to erupt. Okay? And it finally did. But just before that happened, we have another stupid act that took place. Brian Glenn is one of the reporters or commentators that was in the White House. He was the one that asked President Zelensky how come he didn't wear a suit like everyone else did, and that he thought that Zelensky not wearing a suit was disrespectful to the Oval Office and the American people.
Why don't you wear a suit? You're the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if you do own a suit.
Yeah, problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not respecting.
And then have size.
After what President Zelensky has been going through the past 3 years, defending his nation from a tyrant, from a dictator, a gangster, a murderer, a thief. And now what I'm about to say is that he is also a child kidnapper. A child kidnapper. He's suspected of kidnapping 10,000s of children and sending them to Russia, giving them new families and changing their names. After President Zelensky has witnessed the thousands and thousands of his people being slaughtered and killed in the past 3 years, and President Zelensky unwaveringly been there for his people as a fierce leader and a believer of democracy. For Brian Glenn to pose a question so stupid, but I'm not just surprised. I'm not going to say that this is the way Americans are, and we're not. I'm a naturalized American. But you don't have to be a naturalized American or a birthright American, someone who's born here. You don't even have to have a college education. You don't even have to be a politician. But you have to have common sense. Brian Glenn does not have no common sense. In the middle of this heated debate or meeting going on with Zelensky and Batman and Robin, the evil Batman and Robin, Trump and Vance, he felt like it was needed to insert a stupid question like, can you afford a suit? Do you even have a suit? If you're in the position of Zelensky and you've witnessed all this atrocity and your country being attacked by a bully, you think that the most important thing on your mind is to wear a suit so you can blend in with the rest of the criminals? I don't think so. Okay. But you know what though? The only hero in the Oval Office was not Trump. It was not DJ Vance. It was not Mark Rubio. It wasn't anybody in Donald Trump's cabinet. To me, they're all losers. They're losers. Because when they turned on Zelensky the way they did, they turned against Americans, the true Americans, who were being hopeful that this meeting was going to lead into a peace solution for the Ukraine people and the Russians as well. That meant no more people had to die. It meant that no more Ukrainians have to die, and the children would be brought back to their country to try to find their families, if they're lucky. No, but what happened was many journalists and many politicians believe that President Zelensky was set up for this. He was set up for this. It was set up to fail. And you're probably asking me why. Because I feel, as many other people feel, that Donald Trump found his moment in time to prove to tyrant Putin that he accepts Russia as an ally. You heard me right. And you're asking me why. How do I know that this was Putin's chance to get a glimpse and a possibility into forming an ally relationship with Trump and the United States? I'm not going to use the word Americans because we, the true Americans who like peace, who love democracy, we do not agree with how Trump has been running his presidency. We didn't agree with it the first time he was president, in his first term. And I don't agree with it on his second term. Okay? These Americans don't agree with it. And these Americans stand up with President Zelenski because he's a true hero in that entire Oval Office. Okay? And the other reason I'm telling you I know he was set up was because in the Oval Room, there was Russian reporters. That's right. Now they're saying that they were Russian reporters live streaming the whole event that took place while this heated argument took place. The real question I have is, how the hell did the Russian reporters or commentators manage to get in the White House? We have a Trump administration who is not listening or even cares about our democracy and laws. And right now they're dismantling the government. They're talking about curtailing certain reporters and news stations. So basically, they can get whoever they want in there that will support them. And guess what? The Russians will support Trump. Russian reporters will support Trump. And the Trump administration will do what they can, however they can, to place Russian reporters in the Oval Office. And all this time, we have DJ Vance, J.D. Vance, whatever the heck his name is, curtailing and ridiculing President Zelenski that he has no respect for this country, the Oval Office, and Donald Trump. These people are insane. Their brain is totally backwards. They managed to get a Russian reporter from Russia into the White House, people. It doesn't get worse than that, but hold on. It does get worse than that. It's only been 5 weeks. I'm not even going to say between Zelensky, Trump, and Vance. No. Because President Zelensky was not arguing. He didn't raise his voice. He couldn't even get a word in after several attempts to explain to him that just handing over the mineral rights from his country to the United States, that was not proof of security. And nor did Trump ever even extend further signs of security. This was more like a sales rep. It was transactional, just like they said. It made Trump look like he was just after one thing. Even when Zelenski removed all those photographs from his folder to show Trump the violence, the monstrosity, and the cruel ways that the Ukrainian prisoners were being treated by Russia. If you looked at Trump's face, what did he say? This is pretty bad, pretty bad. He should have said, we cannot allow this to continue. We need to show Putin that he's wrong, that he's a criminal, that he's a terrorist, and he's a bully. No, didn't say those things. Instead, Donald Trump came across very disingenuous, a two-face. I feel especially ashamed. You know why? Because I'm a Gemini just like Trump. And I don't think all Geminis are two-faced like that. Okay? Trump is a Gemini true two-face, multi-personality person. So in that sense, I do feel humiliated. But he was born June 14th, and I was born in May. So anyways, it doesn't matter what YouTube channel you go to. It doesn't matter what channel you flick on. This is the biggest talk. This is the biggest disgrace than what J.D. Vance did when he went to European unions to try to insert his belief system to them. He has no right going to the European Union to try to give advice of any kind. You have a vice president, who I am ashamed of saying he is, a racist, anti-LGBT, Bible thumper, telling the European Union how to conduct their government. What an embarrassment. And this, what just happened, is further proof that Donald Trump and J.D. Vance is not the appropriate people to run our country. But if you agree with what I'm saying, you can share. Because I represent the majority of people in this country, I believe, that oppose the way Donald Trump and J.D. Vance are running this country. We all know about Project 2025. Dismantling our government, firing everybody in our federal government employment, even those 30% of people of the firings that were just veterans, firing all the generals, firing all the military bigwigs, is a part of Project 2025 to dismantle us. And right now, we are the most weakest we've ever been. But if you talk to Republicans, they feel like they're getting stronger. They're on drugs. Your mother and your grandmother and your father told you, stay off drugs. Apparently, some people didn't stay off drugs. Look at Elon Musk. What an embarrassment. But anyway, I said my piece. I don't want to go into a 20-minute video. But I just feel like the rest of the Americans with more than a half a brain that has to vent. And I hope that the rest of you that are like us please talk to your friends. Be positive. Let's keep our chin up. And I know that one day soon, this will be all behind us. And I don't see it that the Republicans will get back in office during midterms. I doubt it very much. They simply fucked up, just like they always do. But anyways, I hope you guys have a nice weekend, and I'll be talking to you guys soon.